I think no matter whatever we end up watching wrestling in, specifically the WWE, there's always going to be someone who gets released or their contract expires and they end up leaving. And it's like, wait, what? Why'd you get rid of this guy? Or why'd you get rid of that guy? And in that same vein, there's always going to be someone who gets randomly re signed back to the company. And we're like, okay, why are they here? So we've got a video today. Here we've got the 10 most pointless WWE re-signings ever. I already see someone who I'm quite fond of at like the first frame of the video, but if you'd like to watch the video without me reacting to it and responding to it, without me pausing and interjecting, you can find it at the top link of the description to check out the original creator and show them some love. I'll also be giving you guys a question of the day about halfway through, so if you want to interact with that, you can. But other than that, let's get right into it. Oh, and also, if you're a young one, see, I almost caught you trying to hang out. If you're a little one, my content is not for you. I have to warn you because I use very adult language. So, if you don't want to get in trouble, because the ghost girl on your screen saying all types of crazy shit. See, look at that. Oh, got you. Hey, mom, take away the iPad. Take away the iPad. I just said poop. It hit in the way I shouldn't have.
This is what the world is watching.
10 of the most pointless WWE re-signings ever. Number 10, Lord Tensai. At WWE's creative direction for the main event seen on Raw following WrestleMania 28 was to see a new character debut. This character would be known as Lord Tensai and would be played by the talented and well-liked Matt Bloom. Now, Bloom had great success in Japan, and WWE were of the belief that this success would carry over to WWE, but that simply wasn't the case. Tensai's gimmick was generic, and the fans were fully aware that this was the man who portrayed the infamous characters such as A-Train and Albert. The crowd heckled every single one of Tensai's matches, and despite WWE persisting with a strong and elite presentation, the crowd ultimately rejected him as a main event star. It was appreciated that WWE gave Bloom a chance, yet rehiring him to be a main event talent was a bold move that really...
Yo, every time I see like a spit spot, or like a spit taker, like the mist or something, I'm like, yo, bro, that my check that week needs to have at least $500 extra, like on top of whatever you pay me, because you're not gonna have someone spit in my face. I'm sorry, in the real world, spitting on someone is assault. I had to learn that the hard way. Don't ask about my past, just understand I've done things that I could not take back.
Was never going to pay off. Number 9, Grandmaster Sexay. Now on paper, WWE hiring Grandmaster Sexay in 2004 wasn't the worst idea in the world. Sexay was popular during the Attitude Era, and with Too Cool currently being on SmackDown, it made sense to reunite the celebrated trio. However, WWE decided to rehire Sexay as a solo act for the Raw brand, and this was never going to work.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, my face is twisted in disbelief at how crazy that entrance looked by himself. Like, what are you doing? Oh, brother, that's like picture Jeff Hardy doing his entrance dance from, like, you know, back in the day, but like no music behind it. That's what that felt like. It probably looks better on beat with like an actual song, but man. We not doing that. So take whatever that is back to where you came from, please. I'm sorry, that did not work.
The Raw roster was stacked, and he was never going to eclipse young stars on the roster such as Shelton Benjamin or Edge. He was hired by Jim Ross mainly as a favor to his good friend Jerry the King Lawler, but he was let go within a month, making the rehire a complete waste of everyone's time. Number 8,
fired again in a month is
the duo
crazy.
Mike and Maria Kanellis would debut as an on-screen pairing in WWE at the 2017 Money in the Bank event. This could have been a great hire for WWE, as Mr. Kanellis was talented and Maria was a well-established name within the WWE fandom. Unfortunately, the problem was that WWE just didn't have any concrete plans for the duo, and they quickly found themselves in creative limbo for months on end. In 2019, it was reported that the two had signed 5-year deals with the company, and this made little sense as the duo were barely featured on television. Nevertheless, WWE would ultimately decide to let go of both names in 2020.
Get paid to show up,
Number
right?
7, Scott Steiner.
Yo, ain't it kind of crazy that you could sit there and like you could sign a contract? They could just go, yo, actually, not gonna lie, good luck with your future endeavors. Cause what the fuck are we paying for? I'm sure they're swell people, but like, we gotta throw your ass in AEW or something. You can't be here. You gotta go with them. You gotta join the ops. Who we don't like you over here?
Scott Steiner was re-signed to WWE in 2002, and from the moment the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion returned at the Survivor Series event, it was virtually guaranteed that Steiner would be a main event star. Steiner received a nuclear reaction at the event, and he was placed into a program with then World Champion Triple.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This man was absolutely jacked, and it is so random, but it works to just have chainmail. Like, yeah, this motherfucker got chainmail on. You ever see somebody walking up to you with chainmail and slacks? Just know they got it from Scott Steiner, bro. Just know they got it from the big bad booty daddy, okay? He pulled up with chainmail with... Oh my god.
Triple H on Raw. This highlighted that WWE had really high hopes for Steiner. There were even rumors that Steiner could potentially be cemented as a top babyface on the Raw brand. But there was a big issue. Steiner had drop foot, and this meant that his work had regressed dramatically. Steiner's 2 pay-per-view showdowns with Triple H received universal disdain by fans, and by the time Steiner wrestled the game in a rematch at 2003's No Way Out pay-per-view, the fans firmly decided to turn against him. Following these 2 duds on pay-per-view, WWE moved Steiner down the card, and he would even miss out on the prestigious spot on the WrestleMania 19 match card. Speaking of Brilliant JR, Jim Ross reflected on re-signing Steiner, and the Hall of Famer had some interesting comments to make. Yeah, he wasn't. Scotty wasn't healthy to the level that he could go out and be an athlete that he was coming out of Michigan. His body was taking a toll, and a lot of those big muscle guys have that issue, and I think just Scotty wasn't healthy. His injuries and culmination of injuries simply did not allow him to have his normal, back-in-the-day athletic match.
Man,
plus, he was getting older.
That sucks, man.
Now, it was widely reported that WWE were made aware of Steiner's drop foot in April of 2002, so they should have had the foresight to realize that rehiring him was a bad financial move. Number 6. Test. And when WWE relaunched the ECW brand in 2006, they decided to rehire a number of former WWE talent.
I forgot all about Test,
One of them was Test. This was a bizarre fit, as Test didn't exactly scream extreme, yet with Test having changed his look and putting on a ton of muscle, he naturally appealed to everything that Vince McMahon liked in a pro wrestler. The connection between Test and the ECW audience just wasn't there, and the more WWE tried, the less the fans even cared. The push and presentation felt forced and unnatural, and this was yet again another rehire that WWE should have thoroughly thought through before signing on the dotted line.
Jeez, what the Nah, hold on. Yo, Sabu just ate the fucking canvas. Like, shit, I think that's Sabu. I'm pretty sure that's Sabu. My man just ate the fucking dirt.
Rehire that WWE should have thoroughly thought through before signing on the dotted line.
Yeah, that's a fight backstage. Yeah, that's a fight.
In 2022, Triple H went through a rehiring phase, and the game would hire virtually every name that was unfairly released under the leadership of former chairman Vince McMahon. One of the groups that Triple H would rehire was Hit Row.
Who's that?
This raised alarm bells from fans, as a former leader of the group, Swerve Strickland, was now signed to AEW.
Well, yeah, that's a little whack. You gotta repurpose people or repackage them if you're gonna do something like that, right? Like, cause like am I wrong to think that? Cause like if the leader's gone, if the leader is now on the other network complete, you can't even like reference, bro, unless you want to open up that can of worms. Cause you know how they try to avoid each other sometimes, bro. Like, oh no. I don't know.
The other names in the group just lacked any star power, and their in-ring work was subpar at best. The company itself would struggle to...
What the hell was that? Brother, don't know. That wasn't a real spot, was it? This man, like, he gave up on wrestling right there for it. But what was that? Okay, hold on. Let's see it one more time. One more time.
Any star power. Their in-ring work was subpar at best. The company itself would struggle to secure a place for the faction on the
there
roster,
was
and
no
all
sauce
members
on
outside
that.
of BFAB were eventually cut from their WWE deals. Rehiring the group wasn't necessarily a bad idea, it's just that the rehire should have been followed up with a concise creative direction. Number 4, Gail.
I know you liar. I know you fucking lie. Y'all sold that? Did they sell that? Yo, every time, if I was a board member, bro, anytime I see some shit like this, I would just turn my neck to face Triple H. I would just, you want to give him one of those quick. Just give him one of the quick. Hunter, no way. Are you dead serious? Is that okay?
That the rehire should have been followed up with a concise creative direction. Number 4, Gail.
No, seeing it again, I have to pause it again because what was he going for, bro? Like what? Huh? The goop. Come on, man. Come on, man. No, no fucking shot.
Kim. Gail Kim made a brave choice when she decided to leave an acclaimed TNA career behind in favor of returning to WWE. By the time Kim returned to WWE in 2009, the women's division was in a very poor state, and the women would barely be able to receive 5-minute matches on television. WWE knew they had no plans to put focus on the women's division, so they made the rehire a very questionable call, and a lot of fans knew it was a complete waste of time. Some fans questioned why Kim didn't have the foresight to realize that a return wouldn't amount to anything, and Kim had a great answer to this during an interview with 411 Wrestling. I was really optimistic, and at that time, I remember because it was past the Diva search and all that stuff, that kind had already long gone, and they were starting to have the women wrestle again, and so I felt very positive, and I was like, okay, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I have more experience under my belt. And I had done this stuff with Awesome Kong, so it did build more confidence, and so when I went back, it was disappointing, I will say. Kim's run would of course be a total bust, and she would end up leaving the company once again in 2011. Number 3, Sable. Now, it's often been advised to say never when it comes to former WWE names returning to the company. Fans have seen time and time again that names that had public fallouts with the company have returned to WWE, yet one name that came as a huge surprise was Sable. Sable left WWE in 1999 on her.
You see, usually I kind of tap into the degenerate side when there's like a bombshell on screen. You know, I mean, I got a bond with the gang, right? But I'm pretty sure she's married to Lesnar, and of all the people on Earth that could probably reach through a screen and fuck a ghost up, it's probably Brock Lesnar. So I'm just gonna stare respectfully at classic Sable. I'm gonna just do that 'cause I'm not trying to get F5'd onto my fucking F5 key on my keyboard. No, sir. No, thank you. I'm cool on that. I'm all right. You got it.
Horrendous terms, and she even filed a sexual harassment lawsuit against the company. Due to this, Sable returning in 2003 came as a huge shock to everyone, and when Sable was presented as Vince McMahon's mistress, it led to even more questions than answers. Sable's former husband Mark Mero offered some fascinating insight into WWE's rehiring of the former women's champion, saying, and I'll never forget, she said to me, I think she was going to get a little just disappointed with her Hollywood career, and she said, what do you think about me going back to the WWF? I said, oh my gosh, absolutely not after suing them after everything we've been through. I know that the other
that's actually kind of crazy to go back after pressing the charges, like the things people would do for money, though. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I guess I'll go back to when they was trying to kiss me and grope me and shit. Sure, why not? Give me the pasties. Give me the pasties. Back out there in the fucking string bikini. Here I come to the ring. I gotta see the yams now. The cake's on display, I fear. With the plate. Yeah.
wrestlers are disgruntled, you're not going to be liked there. I can tell you right now, Vince will never take your phone call. And she said, I already called him, and I was blown away. Mera would then state that Sable was forced to apologize to key names backstage for her prior behavior, but still supported her like, if that's what you want to do, I'll stay home and take care of our daughter, and so she went back to wrestling, and she had to apologize to certain people. I think it was The Undertaker or Stone Cold or certain people. Vince made sure that she apologized because if a lot of people were upset that she was coming back, she did that and made amends and went back and, had to do what Vince asked her to do. Sable's second run in the company would fall completely flat, and it was theorized by fans that McMahon only hired her back to humiliate her on television. Number 2.
Knowing we know about Vince now, I can definitely imagine that's what's going on. Also, wait a minute. Do we get a botch here at WrestleMania? That ain't the Ultimate Warrior. That ain't the Ultimate Warrior. Where's the Ultimate Warrior?
The Ultimate Warrior. At WWE, rehiring a previously problematic name is always a risk, and in '96, Vince McMahon decided to rehire the Ultimate Warrior. Warrior had caused WWE problem after problem in the years prior, yet McMahon firmly believed that Warrior would act as a huge name to add to the young roster at the time. Warrior's '96 run was bizarre, as the product had definitely outgrown his character, and Warrior...
I'll tell you one thing. Vince was definitely willing to do business. Like he didn't take a lot of shit personal, which is interesting as hell to me. Because you would think a fellow like this is super vindictive. Then again, yeah, he probably was on some weirdo shit behind closed doors. I don't know, man. You can't trust somebody who walks like that on purpose. You see that walk? You can't trust him, man. He's gonna do something slimy. It's such a slimy rep.
Returning just as Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were competing in 60-minute Iron Man matches seemed like an odd juxtaposition, but it only just took a few short months before the issues began and Warrior proceeded to miss a number of planned live event appearances. In a predictable move, Warrior McMahon would fall out once again and Warrior's WWE contract would be terminated. And number 1, Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash received the pop of a lifetime when he returned as Diesel at the 2011 Royal Rumble. It therefore made sense that WWE would rehire Nash in some capacity, yet hiring Nash as an active in-ring talent was a move that was always going to end badly. Nash had a ton...
Man. Oh, wow. Damn, dude. Man, legs look crazy. He just fucking sandbagged. He just fucking dropped CM Punk like he was nothing right there, by the way.
Bring Nash as an active in-ring talent was a move that was always going to end badly. Nash had a ton of problems with established injuries, and during his final few years in TNA, it was obvious that Nash wasn't the wrestler he used to be. WWE's grand idea for Nash was going
to... Was that Hall and Nash really? Really? Ooh, whoa. Okay. I did not expect to see two aged fellas in there getting it in. But you know what? I shouldn't be surprised though, because fellas will definitely retire in WWE and be like, I'm having one more match. I'm 67 years old. And it'll be in TNA and we're going in okay, sure thing, bro.
It's obvious that Nash wasn't the wrestler he used to be. WWE's grand idea for Nash was going to see him have a match with CM Punk, yet this was cancelled and WWE would proceed to move forward with a feud between Nash and Triple H. Nobody was crying out for this feud, especially as WWE already did the feud in 2003, and now with both men being significantly older, it wasn't going to deliver to the standard WWE expected. They failed to understand the value Nash...
Yo, that shit, the jackknife looks so fucking evil, it may be just because bro is so tall. That shit looks evil as hell. I would not take the bump. You gonna have to assure me that I'm gonna land correctly, because if my collarbone so much as fucking tickles after that, guess what's happening, Kevin Nash? I'm going for your knees. I'm going straight for your legs. I said it. I'm going for your legs. It's done.
Could bring, as making him a wrestler was highly detrimental to this run succeeding. Nash's strengths came from his character and promo work, and it would have been a welcome choice as a GM or a manager. WWE rehiring Nash to compete in matches, including a completely wild sledgehammer ladder match at TLC 2011, was a baffling decision.
Sledgehammer ladder match. Okay. Oh, they got Sable up there with the titties tittying. Goddamn. Anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. That'll be the end of this here WrestleMania 10 most pointless WWE re-signings ever video. If you like to watch it without all my interruptions, feel free to click the top link in the description. I try to let these videos sit a little bit so you guys have a chance to watch on your own before I come in and swoop in like the very pale crow that I am. But yeah, I appreciate you. Did I give you guys a question of the day already? If not, well, I guess I'll throw one here, and if we did, I guess I'll do another one. How do you feel about that? Let's do it. Let's see. What would be? Who is your favorite WWE re-signing? Like, who is someone that you saw come back and were like, oh shit, it's about to get real? Let me know. I want to hear about it. I'll see you in the next video.